All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be looking at On Course
Okay.
by Shawn Wondunna-Foley. This is an article that was published on January the 10th, 2025, on www.interway.com.au.
All right.
And
Sounds interesting.
it's a quick read.
Okay.
Only takes about a minute.
Yeah. Perfect for me.
But we're going to be taking a deep dive into it
Love it.
and really kind of gleaning all the insights we can from it.
Okay. I'm ready.
So are you ready to unlock a future beyond your wildest dreams?
I am definitely ready for that. Yes.
Let's dive in.
Let's go.
So one of the things that really struck me about this article was this whole idea of trusting oneself and the universe to kind of bring things to fruition.
Yeah. That's something that Wondunna-Foley really emphasizes right from the start. And I think it's such a powerful concept because it's not just about sitting back and hoping for the best. It's about recognizing that there's a bigger picture at play, a larger flow that we're all part of. And if we can tap into that, trust that flow, I think that's where the magic really starts to happen.
I like that a lot. And I especially like how Wondunna-Foley in the article talks about how the future is already here.
Oh, yeah. That's a really intriguing idea, isn't it? It's like it's not something that's way off in the distance. It's all around us waiting to unfold.
Like it's almost like we're stepping into it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like stepping through a doorway.
Yeah, and just kind of like recognizing it.
Recognizing it and allowing it to unfold.
Yeah. And so that to me was a really powerful kind of aha that I got from it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But you know what goes hand in hand with that?
What's that?
Commitment.
Oh, absolutely.
Wondunna-Foley actually used a really powerful phrase. I've never heard this before.
Okay.
Life dedication.
Life dedication. I like that.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Well, to me, it means it's not just setting a goal and saying, okay, I'm going to try to do this.
Yeah.
It's really weaving it into the very fabric of your being. Making choices day by day that are in alignment with that larger vision.
I see. So it's not just like a New Year's resolution that you forget about a week later.
Exactly.
It's like a fundamental shift in how you approach life.
Yeah. And it's about recognizing that progress happens little by little, day by day.
Yeah.
It's not always about these huge leaps and bounds.
Yeah, you're not going to achieve everything overnight, right?
Right, exactly. It's a process.
It is.
And speaking of process, that brings me to another really important point that Wondunna-Foley emphasizes. Patience.
Oh, patience. Yes, that's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Especially in today's world where everything is so fast-paced.
I know, right?
We want everything instantly.
But when it comes to personal growth, it's like you were saying, you can't rush the process.
Exactly. You can't force it.
Yeah.
It unfolds on its own timeline.
And sometimes I think we get so caught up in comparing ourselves to others and thinking, oh, well, they're achieving this and they're doing that. Why am I not there yet?
Yeah. Right. We all have our own unique journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so Wondunna-Foley is really encouraging us to embrace our own personal timeline.
Yeah, to trust that everything is happening in perfect timing.
Because everything that we've experienced up to this point has led us to this very moment.
Yeah, I like that. It's like all those past experiences, even the challenging ones, they've been preparing us for this next stage.
Exactly.
Like they've been building the foundation for what's to come.
Yeah. And I think sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the future.
Yeah.
And forget that every moment serves a purpose.
Yeah, to appreciate the present moment.
Yeah.
And recognize that it's all part of a grand design.
Yeah. And so speaking of this next stage, this is another thing that really resonated with me.
Okay.
Wondunna-Foley talks about embracing this next stage of our lives.
Yeah.
Acknowledging the growth and transformation that we've already undergone.
Recognizing how far we've come.
Exactly. And using those lessons that we've learned to step into new opportunities.
So it's not just about looking ahead, it's also about honoring the journey that's brought us to this point.
Right. It's like looking back and saying, okay, I've learned from that. I've grown from that. And now I can take those lessons and apply them to what's next.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that's something that's really important to remember because sometimes we can get so focused on what we haven't achieved yet that we forget to celebrate our wins.
Totally. And I think that brings us to one of the most empowering messages in this whole article.
Okay, I'm curious.
Wondunna-Foley says that we're already making a positive impact.
Really? Just by being ourselves?
Just by being ourselves.
That's right.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
It is. And it's like they're saying that our unique energy, our authentic self-expression is a gift to the world.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like we each have something special to offer. And by simply being true to ourselves, we're contributing to something larger.
They actually use this amazing phrase.
Okay, what is it?
They say that we are radiant stars of spiritual insight.
Radiant stars and personal courage.
Wow.
Like, wow.
I love that visual.
Right.
It's like we're all these little points of light shining brightly.
And together we create this amazing constellation.
A collective awakening.
Yeah. And so, thinking about that and thinking about the future, what does Wondunna-Foley say about what we can look forward to?
Well, they paint a very optimistic picture,
Right.
a future that's full of potential and possibilities. It's not all doom and gloom.
That's good, because sometimes you read these things and it's like, oh my gosh, the world is ending.
Right. But Wondunna-Foley has a much more hopeful outlook.
Yeah.
And they emphasize that we're not just passive passengers in this journey. We're co-creating this future.
So it's a call to action.
It is.
Trust the journey.
Yeah.
Dedicate ourselves to our growth and contribute to creating a brighter future both for ourselves and for the world.
Exactly. And I think the key takeaway here is that we don't have to wait for some grand gesture.
Right.
Every small step we take in alignment with our values, every act of kindness, every moment of self-awareness, it all contributes to this larger vision.
Yeah. And so we don't have to feel overwhelmed.
Right.
We can just focus on what we can do today.
One step at a time.
One step at a time to create that brighter future.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been another really illuminating deep dive.
Yeah, this was great.
What about you? What really resonated with you from On Course?
I think for me, it was that idea of trusting the journey.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in worrying about the future or dwelling on the past.
Totally.
But I think there's so much peace to be found in simply trusting that everything is unfolding as it should.
Yeah. And that we have the power to shape that unfolding.
Exactly. We're not just victims of circumstance.
No, we're active participants.
Yes. And I think that's a really empowering message.
Yeah, it really is. So to our listeners out there, what small step can you take today to align with that amazing future that awaits you?
Think about that.
Maybe it's finally starting that project you've been putting off, or having that difficult conversation you've been avoiding.
Or maybe it's just taking a few minutes for yourself to be still and reflect.
Whatever it is, trust that you're on the right path.
You got this.
And that amazing things are in store for you.
I believe it.
And if you're interested in exploring more of Shawn Wondunna-Foley's work,
definitely check them out.
You can find it at www.innerway.com.au.
Lots of good stuff there.
Until next time, keep diving deep and keep shining bright.
I'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye.